A lot of my favorite things on the bench here. I've got Karen from Asian Inspirations, and she's going to be cooking one of my favorite things.
Hi Elena, it's a pleasure to be here. So we're going to make Nasi Goreng, which translates to fried rice. So we've got the nasi here, which is rice, and we're going to goreng it, which is fry, but adding a couple of other ingredients and seasonings to make it quite yummy.
Absolutely. This is actually one of the things that my Oma most requested in her final days. Yeah, she was born just outside of Jakarta in Yogyakarta.
Yes.
So this is something that has been familiar in my household for a
wonderful.
long time.
Wonderful. So we're going to actually start out with the base paste for a Nasi Goreng, which is an ingredient which I think a lot of our viewers might not have used before, which is belacan.
Yum!
Look at the
It's stinky,
enthusiasm.
it's funky, but it is so good.
So good, so good. So we're gonna crush it. If
I'll give you that.
Yes. And in it goes about 20 grams, or if you don't remember, when you buy a block, it's about half a centimeter thick. And so I'm going to do that. If I can get you to help me spoon up about a tablespoon of sambal oleh.
Another one of my favorite ingredients. I've always got some in the freezer.
It's a
Just
really
in
good
case.
condiment, isn't it? Just in case.
Into here?
Into here. It's a really good dip as well.
Absolutely. It's very versatile. Always have some at
Thank
home.
you. Alrighty. So while that's being ground up to a paste, maybe slice up some cabbage.
Absolutely.
Please. Thank you. So I can smell this belacan already. And if you've never used belacan before, I highly recommend you give it a go. Let your taste buds travel.
Absolutely. It's sort of even funkier, deeper, richer version of an anchovy, which is more usually associated with Mediterranean cooking. So it sort of has got all of that naturally occurring umami. So it's just this really deep, rich, savory notes. Starts so many incredible dishes.
That's right. And it's very popular in Southeast Asian cooking. While you're slicing that, I'm just cutting off the white bits of the spring onions.
I'll slice those for later, or do you?
Okay, well, I was going to help you.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we can do it
I'll do the
together.
garnish part.
All right, so I'm going to heat up a pan, nice and hot, and put it that paste that we've ground up before. So let's just get chopping. So I'm just going to loosen this paste up. Just grab that tablespoon from you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you can see here it's just blended nicely with the sambal oleh. Sambal oleh is a very popular, one of the main condiments actually in Indonesian cooking.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just going to put in drizzle some oil to get started. Thank you.
Give that to you.
So this is going to sizzle quite nicely. Not much, maybe a tablespoon or maybe a tablespoon. And then in this goes.
And it's about to get funky in this kitchen.
But you know what? I think the funky is not the right description. If I mean, how would you introduce belacan or prawn paste to a friend who's never had this before?
I would definitely get them to try it as a whole dish first.
Yes.
Because it is intense, it is concentrated, it is all of those sort of
Funky flavors.
Absolutely. So if you're eating the final product and you go, okay, and then take it a step back and take it a step back,
Yep.
you'll learn to love it before you realize and separate it from one another.
And if you ever have a question about would you use belacan as an ingredient or prawn paste, log on to our website,
Oh, fantastic.
Asian Inspirations.
So we can write in questions to you about various ingredients. That's great.
And there are recipes online, there are ingredients for you to explore and taste.
Fantastic.
We're using chicken thigh, so you can't really overcook chicken thigh, I feel. So it's really forgiving. We're going to put this aside and throw in the prawns and let it cook just for a couple of minutes until it's spinning through. So I put in the prawns to cook, and then I'm going to add in the spring onions. Oh, my spring onions are here.
These ones?
Yeah, just the white bits, and let it cook a little bit in the heat. And I'm going to throw in the cabbage.
And my Oma would actually, she also mentioned that you could use the white parts of leeks instead of spring onions.
Of course.
So I guess depending on
That's a really good idea.
where you grew up.
That's a really good idea. Okay, I'm going to put this, because this is now cooked, I'm going to let it sit on the cabbage, because the cabbage has to just cook down a little.
And wilts just slightly?
Yes, before we put on the rice.
If you could only smell this at home,
A smell-o-vision.
I think you would already be converted to Bellachan.
Actually, over here, onto piping hot rice, that's a dish in itself.
Oh,
But we're gonna throw in the rice now, because
Yep.
that cabbage wilted quite nicely. And we'll throw in. So this is 4 cups of cooked rice.
and
always
any
happens.
rice in particular work well for Nasi Goreng?
I think best if it's long grain or medium grain, not short grain or what we call sushi rice or arborio rice, because I think that's too starchy.
Too starchy, fantastic.
So
And is it good to use fresh rice, or how would you prepare your rice ahead of time?
see, that's the debate. I use overnight rice, but there's a lot of
too.
debate. There's a lot of debate about overnight rice and how we shouldn't eat overnight rice, but we've got iron stomachs. Okay, I'm going to throw in the seasoning now. So the seasoning's really very simple, because the main seasoning is in there with the belacan and the sambal oleg, and we're going to throw in some ketchup manis and some soy sauce, please. Ketchup manis is another staple in the Indonesian recipes. It provides that treacle, that sweet flavor that you're looking for. Just a couple of tablespoons.
And whereas my dad would often serve everything with a side of tomato sauce,
Oh yes.
I pretty much always had ketchup
Ketchup
manis.
How interesting.
We're getting the funkiness from the chili.
I'm going to stop talking now, because I'm going to sneeze soon.
So if you're leaning over this, just beware that some of those aromas have got a little bit of power, a little bit of fire. So just be mindful.
So while this rice is cooking, and you can see that the sauces have provided a kind of a coating, makes it a little bit moist, almost like a dry version of a risotto. Almost.
Yeah.
I'm just going to fry an egg, just a regular egg. So what we'll do is let's plate up.
Excellent.
Okay. So we just have one single serve for the 2 of us.
Generous, please.
So we can serve it as a one serve, or a family serve, or a couple serve. And then we're just going to top it with the egg and some garnish.
Got some chili sauce here, which is going to be
Very
so
challenging.
worth it.
All right, so our egg's cooked nicely. Is it how you like it?
Oh, that looks good to me. No, but you cook it your way. It's not all about me.
I am cooking for you. There you go.
How gorgeous is that?
And then let's sprinkle a little bit of spring onions on and
Crispy French shallots.
crispy French shallots. And then this is really good for any garnish on any dish, any cuisine that you have. Okay, so we've got the spicy, we've got the sweet, and we've got the salty. Now we need
A little bit of acidity.
Acidity.
Nearly forgot for you there.
wonderful.
Up to the individual how much they like.
We love it.
Karen, thank you so much for being here and showing me just another way to access this beautiful dish that is definitely comfort food in my home. Take me back to my Oma. And we can find this recipe on the My Market Kitchen website and on the Asian Inspirations website.
Enjoy.